Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly Connect. In this video, we are going to learn how to create Salesflare contact with custom fields. Suppose I have prepared a Google Sheets with all the details and now I want that as soon as I will add a new row in that same spreadsheet, automatically by using that same response, a new contact should be created in my Salesflare account, which is an amazing CRM software with custom fields. So how we are going to automate this entire process? For this, we will have to integrate both these applications, and that we are going to do with the help of an amazing automation and integration software, Pabbly Connect. So what we are going to do, we have Google Sheets in our trigger and Salesflare in our action. So we will be connecting both of them by using Pabbly Connect in order to automate this entire process. And to learn this entire automation step by step, let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we are going to learn that how can we automatically create contacts in Salesflare with custom fields from Google Sheets. So this is the spreadsheet which I have prepared with the details, and I want that as soon as I will add a new row in this particular spreadsheet along with all the details, automatically by using that same details, a new contact should be added over here in Salesflare. And here in the Salesflare, I have added two custom fields for date of birth and PAN card number. And I want to create contacts in Salesflare along with these two custom fields. Okay. Now, in order to create this automation, we will have to integrate Google Sheets and Salesflare, and that we are going to do with the help of an amazing automation and integration software, Pabbly Connect. So this is the home page of Pabbly Connect, where we can reach directly by typing pabbly.com/connect, this URL in our browser. Once we will reach on this home page, we can find two options over here: sign in and sign up for free. If you are an existing user, you can directly click on sign in, but if you are a new user, you have to click on sign up for free button to create your free new account. And also, when you will create your account, you will get 100 free tasks every month to explore this amazing software and to test multiple automations. Now, as an existing user, I'm directly clicking on sign in, and it is going to take us towards the all app section of Pabbly, where we can find all the products which are offered by Pabbly. To create this automation, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So let's click on access now, and it has taken us towards the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. So this is the dashboard on which we can find all our workflows which we have created, and also we can create folders over here in order to save our workflows. As you can find, I have two folders here. In this test integrations folder, I have saved a lot of workflows. In the same manner, by creating multiple folders, you can save your workflows here on your dashboard accordingly. Now, to create a new workflow, we have to click on this create workflow option. Let's do that. And here a dialog box will appear in front of us. It is asking us to provide a name to this workflow. So first of all, let us provide a name here. Create Salesflare contacts with custom fields. Now, after giving the name, we are going to select the folder in which we want to save our workflow. So from the drop down, I'm going to select test integrations folder. Now let's click on create. And as we do that, we can find that two windows are open in front of us, trigger and action. Now, what are trigger and actions? Trigger and actions are the two main concepts or the two main principles on which the entire automation runs. The trigger here says when this happens, and the action says do this. That means the action is the response towards our trigger. Whatever we are going to select in our trigger is going to command entire workflow, and the actions are going to follow that same command. Now let's understand the concept of trigger and action once again with the example of this workflow. Google Sheets in our trigger and Salesflare in our action. And we want that as soon as a new row will be added in our Google Sheets along with all the details, automatically the response of that row should be captured here in Pabbly Connect. And by using that same response, automatically a new contact should be created in Salesflare with custom fields. Okay, here we can find that our action is the response towards our trigger. Now, after understanding the concept of trigger and action, let's start creating this workflow step by step. First of all, we will select our trigger application, and that is going to be Google Sheets. So let's select Google Sheets here. And now we have to select our trigger event. What is trigger event? Trigger event is the event on the happening of which the workflow is going to start. So our trigger event here will be new or updated spreadsheet row, as we want that as soon as a new row will be added in our spreadsheet, automatically the workflow should get start as a response should be captured here in Pabbly Connect. Now, as we do that, we can find that a webhook URL is provided to us along with some instructions. So basically, we need to follow these instructions step by step in order to connect our spreadsheet with Pabbly Connect. So this is my spreadsheet, and with the help of this webhook URL, we are going to connect this spreadsheet with Pabbly Connect. So first of all, let us copy this webhook URL. Then I'm going to tell you exactly what we are supposed to do. So we will go back towards our spreadsheet, and here we have to go towards extensions. As we will click on extensions, we will find the option of add-ons, and then we will find the option of get add-ons. As you will click on get add-ons, it is going to take us towards Google Workspace Marketplace, where we have to search Pabbly Connect webhooks. Okay, so basically Pabbly Connect Webhooks is the add-on which we have to install in our Google Sheets. As you can find, I have already installed it, so I'm just going to cross this and we will move further. So if you are installing the add-on for the first time, you also have to refresh your spreadsheet after installing the add-on so that you could find it here in the extensions option. Okay, now as I can find the Pabbly Connect Webhooks in my extensions, we will directly go towards initial setup. So basically we need to do an initial setup in order to connect our spreadsheet with Pabbly Connect, and that we have to do by entering two details over here. First of all, we have to enter the webhook URL and then the trigger column. So let us paste the webhook URL in this field which we have copied from Pabbly Connect, and the next is trigger column. Now what is trigger column? Trigger column is the last data entry column of our spreadsheet. As you can find, I have 6 columns in my spreadsheet. The column F, that is the last column, is the trigger column because the data is entered last in this particular column. So I want that as soon as I will enter the data in this spreadsheet up till column F, the workflow should get start. Okay, so this is my trigger column. Here I will enter capital F as my trigger column. Okay, now after this we will click on send test to send the test data towards Pabbly Connect, and after doing this we will simply click on submit. Okay, now our setup is configured successfully. So let's go back on Pabbly Connect, and here we can find that as soon as we have done the initial setup, here is the response. In the response, we have received all the details which we have entered in the spreadsheet. Trigger column, spreadsheet name, spreadsheet ID, sheet name, sheet ID, etc. PAN number, last name, first name, email, DOB, and the contact number. Okay, so because we have received this response, that means our integration up till now is successful. So we have to do one more thing. So after this, we also have to do one more thing. We will go back on our Google Sheet, and again we will go towards extensions, and we will go back on Pabbly Connect Webhooks. And this time we have to click on this send on events. Now why we have done this? Because we want that as soon as we will add new row in this particular spreadsheet up till trigger column, that is column F, automatically the response should be keep on sending towards Pabbly Connect. Okay, so by clicking on send on events, we have made sure this. Now let's go back on Pabbly Connect, and what is our next motive? Our next motive is to create a new contact in Salesflare with custom fields. So for that, I'm going to take you towards my Salesflare account, and here after coming on the contact section, we will click on this 3 dots, and under this we will find the option of customized fields. So let me open it and show you. And here are all the fields. These are the standard fields which we have in Salesflare. Along with this, I have also added 2 custom fields, that is date of birth and PAN card, which I have in my Google Sheet. Okay, so I want to create new contacts in Salesflare along with these 2 custom fields. For that, we are going to move towards our action step. So in our action application, first of all, we will select Salesflare. And now we have to select the action event. Now here in the action event, first of all, we will get the details of the custom fields which we have added in our Salesflare account along with the API key. So what is the API key for these custom fields? The API keys are the values which we have to use in the place of these custom fields when we will be entering the data while creating the contacts. Okay. So first of all, we have to select the action event as get contacts custom field. Okay, with this action step we will receive all the details of our custom fields which we have added in our Salesflare account. Let's click on connect, and now from the given options I'm going to go with add new connection to build a new connection with Salesflare account. If you want, you can also go with your existing connection. As we have clicked on add new connection, here we have to enter a token, and in order to find that token, the instructions are provided to us here. Okay, so we just have to go towards our Salesflare account, and then we have to go towards settings section. Under settings, we will find the API keys. Okay, so let us again go back towards our Salesflare account, and then we have to go towards settings section from the left side. Under that, we will find the option of API keys, and here is our API key for Pabbly Connect. Let's just copy this, and we will simply paste it over here. Done. Click on save. And with this, successfully our Salesflare account is connected with Pabbly Connect. Now the next step which we have to do is we just have to click on save and send test request. And as we will do that, we will find the response. And in the response, we will receive all the values which we have added in our custom fields. So the first value is for date of birth, which we have added. So this is the ID for date of birth, type name, that is text. Text value, display name is DOB, and here is the API field, that is small DOB. So the display name for our custom field, that is date of birth, is this, that is capital DOB, but the API field which we have to use while creating the contact is this, that is small DOB. So we have to keep in mind while creating the contact, we have to use this API field only. Okay, in the same manner, the next is for PAN number. This is the display name for PAN, and here is the API field, that is small PAN. So basically we have used this action step just in order to get the custom fields and the ID which we have to use. Okay. Now when we have received this response, we are going to move towards our next action step. And our next action step here is going to be creating new contacts in Salesflare. So we'll click on this plus sign. And one new action step is added over here. So in the action application, we will simply select Salesflare. And the next thing is we have to select our action event. And this time our action event will be create a contact. Click on connect. And now from the given options, we are going to go with existing connection only as we have already built the connection. Let's click on save. And again, our Salesflare account is connected with Pabbly Connect successfully. So here are the details which we have to enter along with the custom fields. Okay, in order to create a new contact. First of all, let's start with the email. So we have received all the details of the person from our earlier response, that is from Google Sheets. We are going to use the same details over here in order to map the data. So instead of entering manually, we are going to map the data one by one. Now what is mapping? Mapping is inserting data from previous step. So we will simply select our previous step like this and we will find all the details over here. So whatever data we want to map, we will simply select that and it will be mapped automatically. Here I want to map the email. Email is given over here. When we will select it, it will be mapped automatically. Now, why we are mapping it instead of entering it manually? Because we want that as soon as a new row will be added in our spreadsheet and the response of that row will be captured here in Pabbly Connect, automatically the data in this field, that is the email, should get replaced with a new email of that new response. But in case if we will enter it manually, then it will become static and it is not going to change with each and every response. Then the workflow will get stuck. Okay, therefore, in order to automate the entire process, we use mapping. And wherever in the workflow we want that data should remain same each time, there we type it manually and that is called as static mapping. Now, after mapping the email, the next thing we are going to map is the first name. So here the first name is given. Let's select it and it is mapped. In the same manner, we will map the last name also. Some of the details are not mandatory over here, so I'm ignoring them for now. I will directly move towards phone number. So here we have also received the contact number. Done. So we have mapped all the necessary details and now we will move towards the custom fields. So this is very important step. We have to be very careful while adding the details in custom fields. What we are supposed to do, it is given that we have to enter the custom fields in this exact format, that is in the key and value pair. So we will simply copy this format and we will paste it over here. Now here in the place of age, my first custom field is for date of birth. So we are going to enter date of birth here. And in front of that, we are going to enter the value for date of birth, which we have received from Google Sheets. In the same manner, my other custom field is for PAN card. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to enter PAN over here. And in the value for PAN, I'm going to map the number which we have received from Google Sheets. Okay, so let's enter the values in custom fields. First of all, we will enter the date of birth. As I told you that we have to enter API field in place of the display name. So we will check for the API field from our earlier response. And our API field for date of birth is this. So I will copy it manually and I'm simply going to enter it over here inside inverted commas. Okay, and now in the place of value for date of birth, I'm simply going to map the data which we have received from our spreadsheet. Okay, so this is date of birth. Done. The next thing is the PAN number. So again, what I'm going to do, I'm manually going to copy the API field for PAN which we have received from our earlier response and I will paste it over here. Okay, and now in the place of value for the PAN, I'm simply going to map the PAN number. This is the PAN number. Okay, done. So in this way, we have entered our custom fields. Now, why I'm not mapping this API field of date of birth and PAN from my earlier response? Because basically this action is of not much use. And therefore, I want to delete this action after adding the details here in the custom fields. We have just used this action step in order to get the API fields. And because our API fields are going to be same each time with each and every response, therefore, I have typed it manually. And now I am going to simply delete this action step from above. Okay, because it is of no use. This is optional. If you want, you can also keep this action step, but I am just deleting it for now. Now, after deleting the step, let's click on Save and Send Test Request. And here we have received the response. Along with the response, we have also received the ID. This means that our new contact is created in Salesflare along with the custom fields. So let's go and check on our Salesflare account. And after coming here, we will go towards the contact section and we will go towards My Contacts. And here we can find that yes, a new contact is added over here recently with the name as demo user, the same email and the same contact number. Let me open it and we can find that along with other details of this contact, the custom fields are also added over here. This means that our workflow is perfectly successful. So with this, we have successfully integrated our Google Sheets with Salesflare. And now we are going to go back towards Pabbly Connect to summarize what we have done in this workflow. So we have taken two simple steps over here, trigger and action. In trigger, we have taken Google Sheets, and in action, we have taken Salesflare. And we have connected both of them by using Pabbly Connect in such a way that now whenever a new row will be added in our Google Sheets along with the details, automatically by using that same details, a new contact will be created in Salesflare with custom fields according to our choice. So in the same manner, by following these steps, you can very easily create this automation, and that is going to help you in order to automatically create contacts in Salesflare along with the custom fields of your choice from Google Sheets. So this was it in this video. I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate many other applications by using Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can directly reach out to us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any query, you can reach out to us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you want to ask any pricing related issue, then you can directly reach out to the website given over here. Now, if you find this video helpful in any way, do not forget to share it with your friends. And also, please like our videos and subscribe our channel to learn more such automations.